Good morning. On Saturday, we gave an exhortation to not let yourself be scandalized. Take seriously those things that cause you to sin. I want to give you 5 sort of practical thoughts. I'll call them training wheels, but I don't mean that condescending. I don't mean it's childish. It's not. I mean, they're the kind of things that we just need in our lives to help us. They don't get at the root problem, and we'll talk about that, but they help us in regard to lust. And they take the spirit of what Jesus was getting at when he said, if your eye offends you, your hand offends you, cut it off, get rid of it, take it, pluck it out, whatever it takes. So here we go. First, immolate the prompt if possible. That means that cue, that trigger, that thing that causes you or draws you rather to sin, get it out of your life. So maybe, for example, maybe it's that when you check certain news sites, you're prone to look at ads and you know there are racy ads on it. Or maybe you go to a gym and you always are seeing the same individuals and it's causing you to wrestle in your flesh. Or maybe you are engaging in a kind of conversation with somebody and you know that it's a little flirtatious and it's causing things to well up in you. Don't do it. Don't do any of those things. Get it out of your life. Immolate the prompt, okay? Secondly, establish a safety net. Establish a safety net. So that means like you need things that are there to protect you when you're not willing to protect yourself. Maybe that's not having your phone near you at night. Maybe that's making an agreement ahead of time that you're not going to have your computer after a certain time. Maybe that's canceling your membership. Maybe that's having a filter on your computer. That can be a good thing. A covenant eyes kind of a thing on your phone or your computer. Third, covenant within yourself. This is what Job meant in Job 31. And this morning we don't have time to go through all of verse 31 through 1 through 12. But 31:1 says, Job says, I made a covenant with my eyes not to look upon a woman. And his point is he made a covenant. It's like I made an agreement. He's using a metaphor here, a covenant with my eyes. Obviously, he wasn't saying, well, okay, eyes. And his eyes responded. Instead, he's saying, I made a covenant with myself. An agreement with myself to take seriously this life in the flesh. Third, covenant with yourself, within yourself. Fourth, covenant with another. Step outside of yourself, get good accountability, right? And make a covenant with somebody. Hey, I need you to hold me accountable to put my phone away. I need you to hold me accountable to cancel that membership. I need you to hold me accountable not to engage this person. I need you to hold me accountable to close off this relationship. I need you to hold me accountable to fill it in. But you need to have a covenant with someone who will hold you accountable. And fifth, this deals with the texture of that accountability. You've got to cultivate vulnerability beyond transparency. Transparency? When I tell you something revealing about my life, that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. But in transparency, I'm the one who curates. I'm the one who chooses. I'm the one who's on the trigger of what gets released. If I'm vulnerable, then you can ask me anything. I've said ahead of time, okay, what do you want to know about me? You can know anything you want. You can know anything you want. What do you want to know? And now I am willing to be known. It's very, very important that I only do this with somebody that I trust, that will hold confidences and so forth, but who will be honest with me, who will speak life into me, who will listen carefully, who's willing to know me. See, you can have accountability, but if all you're going to do is kind of play around with it and you're not going to get really to a spot where that person has the trigger to know whatever they want to know about your life, it's going to be hard for you to really be held accountable because we are savvy, crafty creatures. The heart is deceitful. We read in Jeremiah, desperately wicked. Who can know it? So, immolate the prompt, establish the safety net, covenant within yourself, covenant with another, and press toward vulnerability beyond transparency. And may the Lord bless you with these 5 practical pieces training wheels to help keep us upright in our faith. Take care.